Have you ever felt that sense of invisibility? Like you're just another face in the crowd. You walk into a room and no one notices. You speak, and it feels like your words just dissolve into thin air. You try to connect with someone, and you feel an invisible barrier. It's frustrating, it's painful. And what's worse is when you see other guys effortlessly getting exactly what you want, almost like it's supernatural. They walk in, and everyone notices. Speak, and they approach, and connections just flow naturally. What do they have that you don't? Today you're going to find out, because there are 4 fundamental secrets that separate average guys from truly irresistible men. And no, it's not about physical appearance, money, or status. It's something much deeper and more powerful. Get ready, because after today, you'll never be the same. You know what's most impressive? These secrets are hidden in plain sight. You've probably seen them in action dozens of times, but never noticed the pattern. It's like those optical illusion drawings where you need to shift your focus to see the hidden image. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And that's exactly what's going to happen to you today. I'm going to show you how seemingly ordinary men become magnetic, how they create a presence that naturally attracts, how they develop a confidence that can't be faked. And the best part, you can learn and apply all of this. The first secret, and perhaps the most overlooked, of the energy of authentic presence. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to fill the room when they walk in? Not about being loud or something more subtle and infinitely more powerful. It's about being completely present in the moment. Most men live divided between the past and the future. When they're talking to someone, half their mind is thinking about what they'll say next, the other half is judging what they said before. The result? A diluted, weak, forgettable presence. Irresistible men do it differently. They anchor their consciousness entirely in the now. When they talk to you, you feel like you're the only person in the world at that moment. Listen, they truly listen, not just waiting for their turn to speak. Imagine this scene. You're at a party talking to someone. While they're speaking, you're looking around, checking your phone, thinking about other things. Now flip it. Imagine you're talking, and the person is completely focused on you. Their eyes don't wander. Their body is turned towards you. They genuinely react to what you say. How do you feel? Valued, important, interesting. That's exactly the feeling men with authentic presence create in the people around them. And here's the secret within the secret. This presence isn't a technique you can just turn on and off. It's a state of being that you cultivate. It starts with something simple, conscious breathing. Right now, as you listen to me, pay attention to your breath. Feel the air coming in and going out. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel the weight of your body. That's presence. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. But presence alone isn't enough. You need the second secret. Strategic vulnerability. Hold on. I'm not talking about crying in public or sharing all your traumas on a first date. I'm talking about something much more refined and powerful. The ability to show your humanity without losing your strength. Most men live a life of facades. They think they need to appear perfect, invulnerable, always in control. The problem? No one connects with perfection. People connect with authenticity. Irresistible men understand this deeply. They know when and how to let their guard down in a way that creates connection instead of repulsion. I'll give you a practical example. Imagine you're talking to an interesting woman and she mentions she loves to travel. The average guy would say something like, "I've always traveled a lot. I know many countries. I have so many stories." Sounds impressive? Maybe. But does it create connection? No. The irresistible man would say something like, "I've always dreamed of traveling more, but I confess I'm a little scared of getting lost in places where I don't speak the language." What was the most memorable trip of your life? He showed a human side, a small vulnerability, but in a way that invites the other person into the conversation. He didn't diminish himself, he humanized himself. And here's a crucial detail most people don't understand. Strategic vulnerability isn't weakness, it's courage. It takes far more strength to admit an imperfection than to pretend perfection. People feel that. They respect that. They connect with that. But be careful. There's a fine line between vulnerability that attracts and victimhood that repels. The difference lies in the tone and context. Vulnerability comes from a place of strength. It's, "I choose to share this with you." Victimhood comes from a place of neediness. It's, "I need you to validate me." Feel the energetic difference between the two approaches. If you're finding this valuable, hit that like button now. Helps me know I'm on the right track and motivates me to keep creating content that truly transforms lives. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, share it. Sometimes a single piece of information at the right moment can completely change a person's trajectory. Now, for the third secret. And this one is an absolute game changer: the magnetism of purpose. Nothing, absolutely nothing, is more attractive than a man who knows exactly where he's going. I'm not talking about having all the answers or a perfect life plan. I'm talking about direction, intentional movement, passion for something bigger than yourself. Most men live adrift. They wake up, go to work, come home, watch TV, sleep, and repeat. There's no fire in their eyes, no urgency in their steps, no purpose in their actions, and that shows in every interaction. Irresistible men are different. They have something they wake up excited about every morning. It could be a project, a mission, a dream, a cause. It doesn't matter what it is. What matters is that it exists and that it's genuine. When you have a clear purpose, something magical happens. Your energy changes, your posture changes, your way of speaking changes. You stop needing validation from others because you're too busy building something meaningful. And paradoxically, it's exactly when you stop needing it that people start to be attracted. Think of any man you admire. It could be an entrepreneur, an artist, an athlete, an activist. What do they all have in common? Purpose, direction, focus. They're not trying to impress anyone. They're too busy being who they are and doing what they came to do, and that's irresistibly attractive. But here's the crucial point. Your purpose doesn't have to be grand in the eyes of the world. It needs to be grand in your eyes. It could be creating the best coffee shop in your town. It could be writing stories that touch hearts. It could be teaching kids to play soccer. What matters is that it's yours, that it's authentic, that it makes your... And how do you discover your purpose? Start with this simple question. What would you do for free every day just for the joy of doing it? What makes you lose track of time? What makes you indignant when you see it done wrong? The answers to these questions are clues to your purpose. Follow those clues. Explore. Experiment. You don't need absolute certainty. Purpose is something you refine throughout life. The important thing is to be in motion, searching, building. Now comes the fourth and final secret. This one ties all the others together. Emotional generosity. It might seem counterintuitive, but truly irresistible men are extremely generous with their emotional energy. They're not needy. They're not trying to take something from people. They're offering, sharing, elevating. Most men approach social and romantic interactions with a scarcity mindset. What can I get? How can I benefit? What can she give me? This needy energy is repellent. People can sense when you're trying to drain something from them. Irresistible men operate from a place of abundance. They already feel complete. They don't need anyone to fill a void, because there's no void to fill. So when they interact, it's from an offering. How can I make this person feel good? What value can I add to this conversation? What positive energy can I bring to this environment? No, this doesn't mean being a doormat or pleasing everyone. It means having so much internal abundance you can afford to be generous without emptying yourself. I'll give you a concrete example. You're on a date. The needy man spends all his time trying to impress, looking for signs of approval, calculating every move to maximize his chances. His energy says, please accept me, validate me, want me. The generous man is genuinely curious about the person. He asks questions because he wants to get to know them, not because he read it in some pickup manual. He shares stories because they're relevant, not because he's trying to show off. He compliments because he saw something genuinely admirable, not because he's trying to score points. His energy says, I'm here, present, whole, and I choose to share this moment with you. And you know what the paradoxical result is. The less you need, the more you receive. The more you give, the more comes back to you. Not because you're calculating the return, but because that's the nature of energy. Abundance attracts abundance. Generosity attracts generosity, but pay attention. Emotional generosity doesn't mean having no boundaries. Quite the opposite. Truly generous men have very clear boundaries. They give with an open heart, but don't allow themselves to be exploited. They share their energy, but don't waste it on those who don't value it. They are kind, but not weak. It's a delicate but powerful balance. Now I'm going to tell you something that can change your perspective forever. These 4 secrets don't work in isolation. Intertwine, empower each other, creating a synergy that's greater than the sum of its parts. Authentic presence allows you to be strategically vulnerable. Strategic vulnerability connects you with your deeper purpose. Clear purpose fills you with an energy you can share generously. And emotional generosity deepens your presence. The cycle restarts at a higher level. But here's the challenge. Knowing these secrets intellectually isn't enough. You need to embody them, live them, make them a part of who you are. And that requires practice, patience, and above all, courage. Courage to be different, courage to swim against the current, courage to be authentically you in a world that constantly tries to mold you into something else. I'll give you a practical action plan to start today. First, practice presence. Choose 3 moments in your day to be completely present. It could be during breakfast, during a conversation, during a walk. No phone, no distractions, just you and the moment. Second, identify an area where you can be more strategically vulnerable. Maybe share a dream with a friend, admit a difficulty at work, express a feeling you'd normally keep to yourself. Start small, test the waters. Third, dedicate an hour this week to reflect on your purpose. Write without censorship about what moves you, what makes you indignant, what inspires you. You don't need definitive answers. The important thing is to start the search. Fourth, choose one person this week to practice emotional generosity. It could be a genuine compliment, attentive listening, a kind gesture without expecting anything in return. Observe how you feel. Observe the person's reaction. Observe the energy it creates. And here's a truth few will tell you. The journey to becoming irresistible isn't about conquering others. It's about conquering yourself. It's about becoming the best version of who you already are. It's about removing the masks, the fears, the insecurities that prevent you from shining with your own light. When you do that, when you become authentically, vulnerably, purposefully, generously, something extraordinary happens. You stop needing to be irresistible because you simply are. People will feel your energy before you even speak. They'll be drawn to your presence like moths to a flame. They'll want to be close, to know more, to be part of your journey. Not because you're using techniques or following formulas, but because you're emanating something rare and precious in this world: authenticity, purpose, abundance, life. But I'll be honest with you, not everyone is ready for this. Some will prefer to keep wearing masks, playing games, living on the surface. And that's okay. Everyone has their own time, their own pace, their own journey. But if you've made it this far, if these words resonated somewhere deep inside you, then you're ready. Ready to take the next step. Ready to transform. Ready to become who you truly came to be. Subscribe to the channel now if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any content that can accelerate your transformation. Comment below which of the 4 secrets resonated most with you and why. Your participation not only helps me create increasingly relevant content, but also inspires other men on the same journey. Share this video with that friend who needs to hear this. Sometimes a single insight can change everything. And remember, you're not alone on this journey. Every man who chooses the path of authenticity makes it easier for the next. Every man who refuses to play empty games raises the bar for everyone. Every man who chooses purpose over approval, presence over performance, generosity over greed, is creating a new paradigm of what it means to be a man in this world. So it's not just about you becoming irresistible, it's about you becoming an example, an inspiration, living proof that it's possible to be different, possible to be deep in a superficial world, it's possible to be authentic in a world of masks, possible to be generous in a world of scarcity. And when you do that, when you commit to this journey, you don't just transform your own life, you transform the lives of everyone who has the privilege of crossing your path. The choice is yours. You can close this video and continue as before, or you can accept the invitation to a deeper, richer, more authentic life, the invitation to become who you truly are, the invitation to discover that you've always been irresistible. You just needed to remove everything that was covering your natural shine. The moment is now, the choice is yours. Transformation awaits you. See you on the other side.